How are we doing, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. So today in this video I wanted to just first of all talk about discipline and why discipline can really change your trading. If you're going through break even or you're just scraping consistency, the thing that could set you free or set you into being a consistently profitable trader could be discipline. And then I just want to break down a trade that I took last week during the middle of the week on GU. Just thought I'd take you through the analysis behind it and just my thought process into why I took the trade. So like I said in the beginning of this video, I just want to talk a bit about discipline and why discipline can really make the difference from being a break-even trader or being a losing trader to being a consistently profitable trader or just a consistent trader. So for me, implementing discipline was everything, okay? So like this trade I'm going to show you, I literally waited from, it was from 7:30 in the morning until I think I took the trade at around 12 o'clock, okay? So I'm waiting almost 3 hours, just over 3 hours to take a trade. I'm sitting on my hands, waiting patiently, being disciplined to take that trade. But what you find with a lot of traders, or what I found in my experience, is when you know you've got a strategy, when you know your edge and you know your win rate and you've got your edge and you know exactly how it performs, you've back tested it, you know where you're entering, you know where you're exiting, you've got your risk to reward all down. The thing you need to know next and implement is discipline. It's being able to execute your strategy and your trading edge with discipline. There's no point having a plan, having a profitable trading strategy, knowing where to enter, knowing what your win rate is, but not being disciplined enough to actually execute it. And this is something I found that is very, very important. Trading is just 20% technical, 20% actually knowing what to do, but 80% actually being emotionally aware and disciplined to actually execute the trade. So I found with a lot of traders, what they'll do is they will have a trading edge that is profitable, but they lack the discipline to execute their trade properly. They think they always need to be in trades. Their emotions take over. So let's say with that trade I'm about to show you, there was a 3-hour window where I could have taken 3 trades. I could have taken 2 trades that weren't part of my plan, but my emotions would have got the best of me. And what happens is you end up taking stupid trades in the build up to taking that trade that you originally planned for, and by the time you get to that trade that you've already taken, you're either emotionally beaten down, you can't even enter because you've already taken 3 losses due to emotions, and you don't even take the trade that you originally planned for, and that trade more often than not. I just want to share with you guys to really understand that when you have your edge and when you have your strategy down and you understand it and you know what you're looking for and you've got your entry confirmations, you know all your risk to rewards, that's all set in paper and stone, that the thing that could set you free or set you into being consistently profitable is simply just being able to be disciplined and actually able to execute and wait for your strategy to appear on your trading screen or to appear on the charts, because there's no point having a plan, having everything you need to look for if you're jumping into every trade you see, or you're just jumping into trades because you think that you don't want to miss out. You think, oh, this is a great opportunity, I know that it might do this, so I'm going to take the trade. But in reality, you're not following your plan. Like I always say, you got to treat trading like a business. You got to treat it, you have these rules for a reason that you need to stick by, and that's why being disciplined is so important. It's not just being disciplined in your trading, but for me, what's helped me is being disciplined in my everyday life. You can't just be disciplined in trading and then do whatever you want. Like, I've found that if you want to keep and if you want to stay consistent, you've got to implement discipline into your everyday life, and then being disciplined in trading will then become easy, because like I said, there's no point having a plan, having an edge, but jumping into every trade you see. You need to have the patience and discipline to actually wait and sit on your hands until the market gives you the signal. And for some of you guys out there, they could be going break even or just scraping break even. The one thing that you might be lacking, or the one thing that you just need, is discipline. So just wanted to start this video with that, just letting you guys know how important it is to be disciplined and just to really work on that. If you're just scraping break even and you're feeling like there's just something missing, discipline could be that one thing that you are lacking, and just being able to wait until the market gives you your opportunity and only executing once the market has given you your signals, and that's all you do. You don't worry about jumping into any other trades. Yes, there'll still be FOMO, there'll still have these things, but have awareness to recognize these emotions, but have the discipline to only trade when your strategy tells you to trade. Let's jump over the screens and take a look at the trade that I took on Wednesday. Okay, so we're on the screen now, and of course the trade was on pound US dollar. I did actually take 2 trades this week on GJ. I do trade pound and pound US and pound yen, but of course pound US dollar is my favorite pair. So what can we see on the 1 hour time frame? And then we're going to break it down to the 5, my entry time frame. When I came onto the charts, we could see that price was basically ranging or consolidating. Okay, we had a major structural key level here, respecting these structural highs, broke through, and then was trading above these structural highs, acting as a support. Okay, but looking at price action and looking at structure, what can we see? We can just basically see that price is ranging, it's consolidating, and there's no real clear sentiment in the market. Price is failing to make new highs, and price is failing to make new lows. So for me, the market is neutral. There's no real directional bias and no real sentiment to look for a position. So I said to myself, if price breaks below this key level, we can then potentially look for some selling opportunities, because if price is to continue up, okay, what we would see is price breaking these recent highs here, making new higher highs, pulling back, making higher lows, and that's when I would look for an entry to buy. But what we saw was price was never able to break above these highs. Again, another confluence to us indicating that the sellers may be in control and that we are not seeing new higher highs as part of bullish structure. So again, indicating that maybe price could start to push down. So what I wanted to see was price either break above or break below, and what we saw was price breaking below. So once I saw price break below, I went into my lower time frames, went into my 15-minute time frame. We could then see structure and things a lot clearer, right? We see price that broke through, created these lower highs, creating lower lows and lower highs, okay? And like I always say, if we're going to look for sell positions, we want to make sure that we're entering at the lower high and not the push phase, which is the lower low. And of course, seeing the break below the support level, price failing to make new highs, this was a strong indication to us that price is going to continue pushing down. So this is what it looked on the 15 minutes. In the morning, we saw price break these structural lows, but I wanted to see more strong indication that price is going to continue pushing down, as this may have been a fake out. So taking a look at the 5-minute time frames, we can see the trend clearer. We can see that price is clearly making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And when I saw this lower high here, this was the indication to me to look for a sell position, okay? But I didn't just want to enter the trade once I saw price pull back. What I wanted to identify, as always, is price creating wick rejections and momentum shifting candles in the direction of the trend. And to make sure that this trend was valid, price was also respecting the previous lower highs and failing to break above it, again indicating to us strong bearish sentiment. So once I saw price pull back, failing to break through the previous lower highs, I then wanted to see my momentum candles. This being my first momentum candle, which was the first indication to me that price is going to, or potentially going to, continue pushing down. But I wanted to see some wick rejections, okay? I wanted to make sure that price was rejecting any higher prices and that we can look for the sell position, and that's exactly what we saw on this candle here, okay? We have a strong bearish hammer doji, whatever you want to call it, just a wick rejection candle, indicating to us that these sellers are in control and higher prices are being rejected, okay? I then took the entry on this candle, okay? Because I knew if price is going to continue down, it will. I positioned myself in the best area. I positioned myself at the end of the exhaust, at the end of the pullback, being the lower high in the downtrend. I waited for momentum shifting candles, being this candle here. I saw my wick rejections. I then took the entry. My stop was a 7.5 pip stop above the previous highs, because if price was to break through these highs, through this lower high, this then would invalidate the trade anyway. And we positioned ourselves in the best way we could on the end of the exhaust, and then of course targeting a 1 to 2 or 1.22 for spreads, and this is exactly what we caught, okay? The process was simple, right? We saw that on the 1 hour, price was failing to make new highs or failing to make bullish structure. We were simply ranging. We then saw the break of the support of the structural level, indicating bearish sentiment. I then wanted to see price forming a trend. We then go into the lower time frames, which we then saw, and this is when we then saw downtrending structure. I wanted to see price pull back, respecting the previous lower high in the downtrend. I identified my confirmation candles and took the trade. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you took some value from it, and if you need to rewatch it, by all means do, but I really want to make it clear that discipline can really change your life and change your trading consistency for the good. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you lot in the next one.